Halcyon in Alpharetta is changing what people think of when they hear suburban Atlanta. And if you're thinking about moving, this is something you should check out. Today, we're going to take a closer look at this cool community that could be the model for what future neighborhoods in Atlanta might look like. We'll talk about what makes Halcyon stand out from places like Avalon, go through what a normal day is like if you live there, and I'll show you some surprising facts about where things are going next. Let's find out what's really going on here. Okay, here's the deal. A lot of people who want to move to the suburbs north of Atlanta keep saying the same thing. They want more room, but they still want fun and convenience of city life. And that's exactly why Forsyth County is growing like crazy right now. Let me give you some numbers that just might surprise you. In 2010, Forsyth County had about 175,000 people. By 2018, that number had jumped to 236,000 people. That means it was growing by about 3.5% every year, which made it the fastest growing area north of Atlanta. By 2020, the population hit 251,000. That made it the 15th fastest growing county in the whole country. And in just a bit, I'll show you what a regular day there actually looks like, where you can walk right out your front door, grab some food, chill at a brewery, or watch a movie. And the best part is that you don't even need to get in your car. Now, the average household in Forsyth County makes about $138,000 a year. That makes it the richest county in Georgia and the 14th richest in the United States. So when people with that kind of money want neighborhoods with cool things to do, modern designs, places like Halcyon really take off. Now, here's the part that gets interesting. Alpharetta is calling itself the technology city of the South, and it has more than 700 tech companies, including some big names like ADP, LexisNexis, Verizon Wireless, and Jackson Healthcare. So you've got high-paying jobs, top-rated schools, and easy access to both Atlanta and the Blue Ridge Mountains. The pandemic changed everything. Research from the Federal Reserve says that remote work is a huge reason home prices went up so much during that time. When people realized they didn't have to drive to downtown offices every day, places like Halcyon became super popular. You get more space, but still have shops, restaurants, and fun things to do close by. Back in March 2018, the average price for a detached house in Alpharetta was around $420,000. By January 2025, it jumped to $940,000. That's more than a 120% increase in under 7 years. And prices are still climbing. Halcyon shows what the future of suburban living can look like. You no longer have to choose between the convenience of city life and the comfort of the suburbs. Now, you can have both. And that's exactly what buyers want today. But now I'm going to walk you through what you actually get when you buy in this community, because the numbers behind this 135-acre project are going to surprise you. Before we keep going, I've got a quick question for you. If you really want to stay ahead in Atlanta's real estate market, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I don't just talk about spots like Halcyon. I also share hidden listings you won't find online and smart investment tips most agents will not mention. It's like having inside info that could save you serious money or help you sell at the perfect time. So let me show you what Halcyon is really about. It's a 135-acre neighborhood that opened in September of 2019, right off exit 12 on Georgia 400. The location makes it super easy to get to. And when I say they've thought of everything, I mean it. There's 125,000 square feet of retail space and 65,000 square feet of loft-style offices already built, with plans to reach 500,000 square feet when it is all done. For housing, you've got options. 448 luxury apartments, 87 single-family homes, 155 townhomes, and 160 high-end apartments for people 55 and up. That adds up to about 850 places to live. So this is definitely a big deal. And just wait until I show you how Halcyon stacks up against places like Avalon and the Battery. Once I break it down, you'll see why the people moving here are looking for something totally different. But there's more. They've added a hotel with 160 rooms, the Embassy Suites by Hilton, Alpharetta Halcyon. There's also a high-end 37,700 square foot CMX Cinebistro movie theater, where you can eat dinner while you watch a movie. Perfect, right? And over 50 acres of green space that is spread out across the entire place, all built around a big park area called the Village Green. If you're someone who enjoys being outside, this next part will grab your attention. Halcyon is actually the main trailhead for the Big Creek Greenway in Forsyth County. It's huge, just over 16-mile-long trail that's 12 feet wide and great for biking, walking, running, or even rollerblading. My family loves to go out there. At least my husband and I do. We just make the kids go with us. It will connect Cumming, Alpharetta, and Roswell. Having a trail like that right outside your door is amazing. The whole vibe of Halcyon is designed to feel welcoming and balanced. The developers called it an idyllic gathering place that mixes nature, cool design, and ways to relax and have fun all in one spot. They used rustic, modern buildings with a focus on people-friendly layouts. And when you're walking around, it feels both chill and exciting at the same time. You just gotta check it out. So the Village Green is where everything comes together. There's a market hall with lots of food options that look out onto the park, and they host over 150 events every year. That's a part of why more than 2 million people visit Halcyon every year. This place isn't just for the people that live in Halcyon. It is a go-to spot for the whole area. All the homes, stores, parks, and offices are connected by walking paths. So once you're home, you really don't need to use your car unless you're leaving the neighborhood. And compared to the typical suburban setup where you have to drive everywhere, this kind of layout just makes life easier. Before I walk you through what daily life here actually feels like, let me talk to you about the events, because this is where Halcyon really stands out. They've got farmers markets, free outdoor workout classes, live music, seasonal festivals, and events that are fun for dogs and their owners too. Okay, so now let's get into what living here is really like day to day, because that's where Halcyon truly shines. This is where things start to really stand out. The people living at Halcyon come from all kinds of backgrounds. You've got young professionals in tech, families who love the top-rated schools and neighborhood feel, and retirees who want a smaller place but still want to stay active and involved. When it comes to housing, there are townhomes and single-family homes, usually priced between $700,000 and $1.5 million. Right now, market data shows townhomes ranging from about $765,000 to just over $822,000, and most of them were built between 2019 and 2022. And here's something wild that could totally change the future of this area. A massive $3 billion entertainment complex with an NHL arena is being planned just south of Halcyon. That could send property values soaring, and I'll explain exactly what that could mean for investors in just a few minutes. But one of the things I really like about Halcyon is the 55+ active adult apartments at Everly Halcyon Village. They give you that resort-style living without the hassle. No maintenance, plus concierge services to make life easier. So if you're thinking about downsizing, but still want to stay connected and enjoy everything going on, this might just be the perfect spot. Now let's talk about food. The market hall is the heart of the dining scene, with 6 different food stalls, including goose dumplings, which is my son's absolute favorite, sweet tuna poke, CT al pastor, pita Mediterranean street food, the original hot dog factory, and Char Pizzeria. There's indoor seating and a big outdoor patio that looks out over the Village Green, which gives it a nice open-air feel. There's also Cherry Street Brew Pub with house-made beers and an outdoor beer garden. Butcher and Brew for sports and good food, Ocean and Acre for seafood lovers, Cattle Shed for steak and wine, Eclipse de Luna for tapas, and of course a little salsa dancing, and Hobnob for a fun neighborhood vibe. The CMX Cine Bistro lets you watch a movie while you eat, and X Golf has indoor golf simulators. And if you've got a dog, oh my gosh, you are in luck. The whole place is so pet friendly. So what does a day in the life at Halcyon look like? You might start with a morning jog or a walk on the Greenway. Then you grab coffee at a nearby cafe. If you're working remotely, there are loft offices or co-working spaces that you can use. Lunch could be at Market Hall with some friends. And in the afternoon, maybe you shop at local boutiques like Nina and Lee, RW Design and Exchange, or Lizard Thicket. Dinner brings lots of choices, from something quick and casual to a nice sit-down meal. Or you could check out the new Trader Joe's nearby and pick up something to bring home and make. Weekends are so fun here. They are filled with farmers markets, fitness classes on the the village green, live music, and time on the trails with your dog. What really sticks with me is how natural the lifestyle feels. You don't have to try hard to meet people, it just happens because the design encourages it. Unlike the typical suburb where you're in your car all the time and feel kind of isolated, Halcyon, it brings people together and it makes life easier and more fun. And now let's talk about how Halcyon compares to other big developments nearby, because once you see the differences, things really start to click. When people first hear about Halcyon, they usually want to compare it to Avalon or the Battery. And sure, on the surface, that kind of makes sense, but once you really look into it, the differences are pretty clear. Let's start with Avalon, since that's the comparison I hear most and is very close by. Avalon opened back in October of 2014 and really kicked off the whole idea of modern mixed-use spaces outside the city. So Avalon is 86 acres with more than 570,000 square feet of retail, a 330-room hotel, and over 630 apartments and homes. Since opening, it's made over $3 billion in retail sales and helped create 4,000 jobs. Halcyon, on the other hand, is smaller, 135 acres, but that's part of its charm. It feels more personal and community focused. And if you think those growth numbers are something, just wait until I get into the market projections. What's coming next could make early buyers here look like total geniuses. Now let's talk about the Battery, Atlanta. This one's totally different. It's built around Truist Park, home of the Atlanta Braves, and it covers 60 acres with 1.2 million square feet of mixed-use space. It's all about sports and entertainment. It's a great place to be on game days. But Halcyon is more about everyday life, community, nature, and walkability. That's why it appeals to a different kind of resident. What really makes Halcyon stand out is how it's built to bring people together. It's designed on a human scale. The size is big enough to have everything you need, but then small enough to feel connected. There are paved paths everywhere, and the whole place encourages walking over driving. You've got walk and run clubs, outdoor yoga, and community events baked right into the lifestyle. The Big Creek Greenway, which we keep talking about, is just a big deal here. Having that trailhead right there means people can walk or bike to Halcyon from nearby neighborhoods. That trail access is something a lot of other developments just don't have. Halcyon's location off Georgia 400 at Exit 12 gives you easy highway access, but it still feels calm and tucked away. It's not loud or overwhelming like some bigger developments. Once you park your car, you really don't need it again. The walkable setup is a huge quality of life difference. Now let's look at what surrounds Halcyon, because that plays a big role in long-term value. It's located in Alpharetta, but still in Forsyth County, which has some of the top-rated schools in Georgia. The school system ranks high year after year, and that is a major draw for people that want to live here and families. The nearby homes also match the high-end feel of Halcyon. In the Alpharetta and Forsyth County area, you'll find everything from luxury homes to estates with beautiful views of hills and lakes. Plus, being close to Alpharetta's tech jobs and Lake Lanier's outdoor fun makes this spot even more appealing. What really sets Halcyon apart is the scale and the thought behind it. When you're walking around, it doesn't feel like a huge shopping center. It feels like a well-designed place to live, where everything you need is just a short walk away. And that's a big deal when you're deciding where to settle down. And that brings up the bigger question. Is this what the future of suburban Atlanta looks like? Because based on the data I'm about to show you, the answer just might be yes. We could be seeing a real shift in how people want to live. You know, when I look at everything going on at Halcyon and around Forsyth County, it really feels like we're getting a sneak peek at what the future of the suburbs look like. And the numbers behind it make a pretty strong case. People are moving away from big cities to places like Halcyon because their lives changed so much during the pandemic. Smaller cities and their suburbs, like the ones north of Atlanta, are getting more and more popular because they cost less to live in, but still offer jobs, fun things to do, and everything you could need nearby. Since so many people work from home now, they don't need to live close to the city in a downtown area. Instead, they want bigger homes, they want backyards, they want a stronger sense of community. New suburban neighborhoods are changing to meet those wants. Now you can find cool restaurants, events, and walkable areas without the high prices or packed streets of a big city. For a lot of people, living in a place like Halcyon gives them the best mix of both worlds. Space and quiet with all the good stuff from the city. So now let's look at what's happening in Forsyth County, because the numbers say a lot. The housing market is still going strong. In June 2025, the median home price sold was about $655,000, up 5.7% from last year. Homes there sell in around 40 days on average, and it remains a seller's market for the most part. From 21 to 23, more than 13,000 homes were sold across the county, with the median sale price in the period exceeding $600,000. As of June 2025, there were about 1,700 homes listed for sale in the county, but that's still not a lot compared to how many people want to move here. Builders are trying to keep up, and new neighborhoods and shopping areas are being planned all over the place. And one of the biggest things coming soon is the Gathering at South Forsyth. It is a $3 billion mixed-use project just south of Halcyon, anchored by an NHL-ready arena with a capacity of 18,000 seats, plus retail, restaurants, hotels, apartments, and homes. This could totally change the area and turn it into a major entertainment spot. Roads and transit are also being improved to handle the growth. The big challenge will be making sure all this development still keeps the charm and natural beauty that people love about living here. So when I picture the future of the Atlanta suburbs, I think places like Halcyon show what's coming. These new neighborhoods mix homes, stores, restaurants, and parks in ways that make life easier and more fun. With remote work still growing, more people will choose to live in places like this. So what does all this mean for you if you're thinking about moving here or investing? Let me break it down with some takeaways. So there you have it. Halcyon shows us what the future of suburban living could really look like. You get the perks of city life without all the stress, easy access to trails, fun places to eat and shop, and a strong community vibe that's getting harder to find these days. Whether you're just starting out and you want to live somewhere walkable, raising a family and looking for top-rated schools and activities, or maybe you're thinking about downsizing to something simpler but still connected, Halcyon has a little something for everyone. So if you're thinking about moving to the Atlanta area or you just want to learn more, send me a message at stephanie.patterson@wholeteamrealestate.com. Let's set up a time to chat. I'd be happy to walk you through what's going on in the market and help you figure out what fits your goals. And don't just go yet. Make sure to check my next video linked right here, where I show you Atlanta's top 5 country club communities. You're gonna be amazed. These places feel like totally different worlds. So if you're thinking about moving here, you really don't wanna miss it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.